In this lecture, we are going to look at transverse frictions. This is a soft tissue mobilization technique and is an advanced version of the simple kneading frictions. It is used to break down or restructure adhesions and scar tissue. This technique is carried out at right angles to the target tissues, so you need to have a good knowledge of muscle fibre direction. This technique has limited uses and you will find it's not used regularly in treatment. However, it has its place and when used correctly is very effective. Frictions can be used to increase mobility of soft tissue, optimize the formation of scar tissue, and assist muscles by removing physical blocks. The effects of frictions are collagen alignment, removal of excessive scar tissue. I'm not sure I agree with this one, but we'll discuss that later in workshops. Removal of adhesions, reduced congestion in a local area, increased local circulation, and because of the removal of physical blocks, increased range of movement. You must be clear with your client that this is going to be painful at the time, will probably leave bruising, and remain painful for several days after. Realistically, if it hasn't bruised, then the effect of the technique is going to be limited. You are aiming to damage the tissues to encourage the healing process. It sounds aggressive, but it can be effective. And you need to get their written consent before carrying this out. You must also complete your 10-second press test before starting your friction to ensure you are using the correct technique. If you are working on scar tissue, it's unlikely you would do the press test. Let's talk through carrying out a transverse friction. Obviously start with your 10-second press test. Get your client and the structure into the right place. For muscles, the structure should be in a relaxed position, and for ligaments, should be in a slight stretch. Work at right angles to the tissues and work for strong, deep, short bursts of 10 to 20 seconds. Then palpate the area in between each burst. Flush through the area after each burst of frictions. Be careful not to overwork the area because you are trying to elicit an inflammation response. Ice after treatment can be effective to help calm the area after treatment. This can be carried out in the clinic if available, but also at home. This technique is far harder to carry out effectively than you might think. It is very difficult mentally for most people to deliberately hurt someone, and it is an aggressive technique. The aim of the technique is to create damage to the area and start the acute inflammation process. This is often employed when healing has stalled or is going poorly. I have rarely used this technique on the general public. You tend to find it mostly used in professional sporting environments. However, this doesn't mean you cannot use it on a general client. You can now complete the quiz associated with this section and move on to the demonstration video.